Welcome to Bevs with Dev. The very first episode, I'm here. My name is Devin Blackburn. I'm here with my friend Sergio Leal.
Hi guys, how are you?
How do you
I'm
feel?
so excited to be here.
How do you feel being back in America?
I feel so American. I feel like my accents come back. I'm like, it's more American like when you're here and when you like surround yourself with like everyone speaking the same language. Because in Dubai, I mean, everyone has different accents.
I was gonna say there's not really like a Dubai accent.
There is not. It's like a melting pot.
Yeah.
You know?
I feel like everyone has this conception like when they travel, like everyone's gonna sound a lot different. And I think there are other parts of the Middle East where you can definitely tell like somebody is Arabian. Or...
Yeah, but you pick up little things. I mean, it's just normal, right? To pick up things from like your surrounding.
Yeah. Oh my God, my cat is outside and he is.
Should we let him inside?
He's gonna just meow in here.
Inside in there.
No, because then he's gonna meow at this door.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, this is your fourth time coming to visit me, which is crazy.
Oceanside, yeah. But I used to live here.
Well, here as in San Francisco.
California, at least.
You know, this is in 2 years, this is your fourth visit, and I was telling you, I've always said this, but I have friends that live here, literally down the street, that have never visited me or visited me once, and you live literally 9,000 miles away, and this is your fourth visit.
Fourth time.
I think that says a lot about our friendship.
It does.
I love that.
And I'm like, you're so welcoming, and you're so sweet. Like as you said, your house has an open door. I'm welcome anytime, and same thing with me.
Always.
We're both very like welcoming and giving people, and I love that about us. I think that's one of the main reasons we are friends too.
Absolutely.
We
Cheers
share
to
a
that.
lot of values. Yeah, thank you for having me. Cheers.
Oh, God damn it, that's fresh.
That's fresh.
Well, it was funny because when you just got here, well, you're only here for a week this time.
Yeah.
And you sent me a video when you first landed at LAX last Tuesday. And you were just so jet lagged in where you were at some restaurant in Santa Monica?
Yeah, I was in a butcher. Wait, how do you say that?
Like a steakhouse?
Steakhouse butchery.
You don't have that in Dubai?
No, I mean, we have that, but it's called like the Butcher's Grill or whatever, something like that. So that's why I said the Butcher's. But yeah, we were at a steakhouse and I was like passing out. I mean, we landed at 2 p.m., right? And then
it's a 16-hour flight.
Yeah, 16-hour flights straight, like over Antarctica, literally. Like you leave during the day and you arrive during the day.
No, the other way. It was over the Arctic, the Antarctic.
Yeah, on top actually.
Yeah.
I'm just used to bottom.
Oh. So you get to LA and you flew back with your friend Carolina.
Yeah. Oh my God, she's so sweet. She's like the fucking kindest human in the world.
I'm excited to meet.
In Dubai for 1 month to visit me, and that was also her second time in Dubai. And then we flew back together. Actually, we were on FaceTime. I had not planned this trip. We were just literally on FaceTime. I was like, "Hey babe, how are you?" We haven't talked also like in a couple weeks, which is like totally fine because like when you're friends, this happens long distance anyways. But we just were catching up, and you're like, "Why don't you just come back with Carolina?" And I was like, okay.
Like half joking, but that's the thing. Like you always tend to do these trips like very just spur of the moment, like spontaneous, and
it's always the last minute trips are the best trips. I mean, it's no planning. I'm like very type B, like okay, let's go. Like, and I love that. Like I'm really privileged for that, you know. And my friends work in the airline, so they got me like a good discount, you know. And I can't say no. There was like if there was tickets available, because sometimes there's not. Like if the flight is full, you can't get those tickets. Yeah. So for example, Bali, Thailand, Paris, you know, all these like, especially during like the season, like Christmas, they're always going to be full. So then you have to go on the off season or go to different countries. And like, I feel like LAX, it's like A380. It doesn't really get full that often. Yeah. And it's mostly connecting flights. So it's mostly like people that are coming from India and other parts of Asia that are flying into the US. Like the whole flight is literally Indians.
Yeah. I remember when I was coming back.
Smells, for sure.
When I was coming back from Dubai last time, like I said, it's 16 hours. It's a 12-hour time difference. You don't know where the hell you are, what time it is. Oh, no. But when I was coming back, we were in economy, and the amount of screaming, crying babies, it was like the worst. Everyone always talks about like the screaming child on the plane.
They should have a no baby cabin like they do in the trains, right? Like
Well,
silence cabin, please.
Think about it. When you're like 16 hours, and I'm like 8 hours in. We have 8 hours to go. We're going over the North Pole, and I literally cannot sleep because there is not one, not two, not three, but like four
in every
screaming
aisle.
babies,
like
and
in
like
every section.
Literally one right here, one right here, one in front of me. I'm like, I'm gonna freaking jump out of this plane, like into Santa Claus land.
You learn to like buy the noise canceling headphones first.
It didn't work. I had noise canceling. No, they were like, the baby was right here.
Oh, you should get a refund.
I literally went to the cabin crew and I said, like, I hate to be that person, but I can't do this. I literally can't do this. And they moved me to another seat, but
you were carrying that day, but it's okay. It was 16 hours.
I was I had to be. I mean,
no, but you also paid for the extra leg room.
When you pay $1,800 for a flight, you don't want to have a screaming child in your ear.
No.
By the way, $1,800 for economy as well. Like Emirates is not cheap.
Business is like $20,000.
I know. It's crazy. Absolutely
That's
crazy.
crazy. So I've never actually flown business in my life. Like, stay humble, you guys.
So, well, I think our friendship is a testament to the 21st century and how it's totally possible to maintain a friendship from complete opposite sides of the globe. 100%. It's honestly crazy that, you know, you literally live 9,000 miles. You can not get further away from Southern California practically than Dubai.
No, it's literally on the opposite side of the world. And like our time difference is 12 hours. Literally. Yeah. So whenever it's like 10 a.m. here, it's 10 p.m. there. It depends on the like
daylight savings.
Daylight savings, exactly. But so now it's 11 hours, but usually it is 12.
So what do you think is the key to maintaining a long distance friendship? Because a lot of people have like long distance friends, like, oh, my friend lives in New York, my friend lives in blah, blah, blah. But I mean, this is, I feel like, a very, very long distance.
Yeah.
Very long distance. It's hard because, you know, you're busy, I'm busy, the time zones, but we still make it work.
I know, we do make it work, and like our friendship is not like superficial in any sense. Like we like to catch up. We like to go on trips together. We like to go on adventures.
We've done Catalina. We've done Napa. Yeah. Obviously Los Angeles, San Diego, and then Abu Dhabi and Dubai. Seriously.
Yeah. And South Africa next.
South Africa's
and
next.
Spain.
And Turks and Caicos.
Jamaica.
Yes.
Honestly, I want to like travel so much, especially like when you're young. I feel like that's what you should do. Like, you know what I mean? I feel like a lot of people in the US, they don't like to travel.
Yeah. Well, what most people don't know about you, you live in Dubai. You are Spanish citizen, born in Venezuela, but we met here in America. You were living in California. Yeah. So that's like literally 4 continents there.
We have a name for that. It's third culture kid. And actually everyone from my school has like 2 different nationalities or 3. Sometimes their parents have like 4 nationalities. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
People are so diverse and so international. I think I grew up with that mentality. And it's actually hard when I come back here. And it's like people are like really like closed-minded sometimes. Even in California, like such a like open place.
Yeah.
But people are closed-minded in that sense that they like also categorize people like, oh, you're Latino? And I'm like, well, I'm technically European. You know what I mean? I'm Spanish. But here it's like, oh, you're Spanish and Latino. And I'm like, okay, like there's like a whole debate about that. Like, am I Latino? Am I not? People say, no, you're not, because that's Latin America. Then people are saying, no, actually you're Latino because that comes from the Latin, from even Italians and French and Portuguese are Latinos and Romanians, right? So there's this whole debate about that. But in the US, I guess if you're Latino, you're coming from Latin America.
Yeah.
But I'm not Latino, I'm Hispanic. But also, if I was just a few 100 kilometers, you know, to the left or up, I'd be French or Portuguese with the same like physical attributes, and I wouldn't be Latino or Hispanic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But we all in the Mediterranean, we share a similar like genetic code, anyways. But you know, I am white presenting, like Caucasian, but here it's like, oh, you are Latino and Hispanic. They want to put you in a box, and like, don't not put me in a box.
Especially when you start speaking Spanish.
Yeah, of course. But it's like, I don't like that about the US. Like it really should be studied how like they want to be like, oh, tick a box here for every little thing. Like you go to the medical thing, you go in fucking Dubai and Spain, everyone else is just like, put your nationality. That's it.
Well, one thing I guess though that's similar to Dubai and California, it is both places are big melting pots of different cultures and people. Big time.
Yeah.
What is it? 90% of people in Dubai are expat, like expatriates from not I mean, not their home country.
UAE nationals.
Yeah.
Because it's actually so hard to get a passport there. Like most people aren't citizens. Like they just have a visa there. So I have a visa. I have a golden visa, which is 10 years. And that's like the biggest visa you can get. Most visas in Dubai are just 2 years or 1 year.
Yeah.
So you can only do to max 10 years visa, which I got thanks to my dad. Or if you have a business, if you're an investor. Yeah.
How do you like living in Dubai?
It's interesting for sure. But there's pros and cons about every city. I always say this. Like, they're like, oh, how can you live there? But I'm like, why not? Like, you always try to find the positives. My family lives there. Yeah. I have a business there, very successful business. And I wouldn't give that up for anything.
Well, I think for most Americans, there's a misconception about what it's like in Dubai and if it's safe for certain people, whether it's, like terrorism. I mean, Americans have a very closed. Most Americans have a very closed view mindset. The Middle East, and having now gone there to visit you. Well, actually, ever since you and I started talking, because I asked you, I'm like, what is it like living there? Like, how is that? How do you do that? And we started talking about it, and then you told me like, no, it's not like that. It's actually very, very safe. It's a very clean city. Mm-hmm. Crime is virtually non-existent. No crime, and it's true. And now having been there, I felt so safe. And it's very
safe. Abu Dhabi is the safest city in the world. Yeah. Like the capital of the UAE. Dubai is like 3rd or 4th. Yeah. I don't know.
It was very clean. I felt like I could eat off the floor.
No, you can. Like literally the malls are constantly being washed. The streets as well. Like the crime rate is non-existent.
It's
zero.
Practically zero.
Like if you do anything, there's cameras everywhere, and it's not like the US. Like, so for example, after I went to Vegas one time with my team, I was on a team on a spirit squad, and so all my uniforms, everything was on a suitcase. Thank God it was nothing like valuable in there. But I went to fucking Lucky's, which is like a store, like a grocery store in San Francisco, and I was just walking down the aisle with my freaking little carry-on. And I had just come up from a flight, and I was going to Mexico the next day, and boom, I look back, it's gone. My God. And I'm like, can you please find my bag? Like, just check the cameras. Who was it? Like, they're like, no, you need to go file a police report, like this and that. And I was like, I know this bag is never being found. Like that's what happens here. Like people steal your car, like break into it. My friend's like bag got taken from her trunk.
Wow.
Like a giant suitcase with all her stuff. I felt so bad for her.
When I was there, we went shopping at the mall, and I don't know if you remember this, but you had left your wallet at one of the stores we were at.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, oh, shit, Sergio, what are you going to do? Like, your wallet's gone. Yeah, and so you're like,
you're like, oh, no. You better cancel all your credit cards right now.
Yeah, I said cancel.
You're like, go into panic mode, SOS. Like,
and you were like, oh, no, someone will return it. It's fine. And sure enough, somebody had found it in the parking lot. And they had taken it to security. They had seen the cameras of you dropping it and what store you came from. Yeah. And then they brought it back to that store, and they actually called you and let you know that they had it. Yeah. That would never happen here. It's gone for good.
No, literally. I left it in a shopping cart.
That's right. And you could just see it in your face. You're like, oh, I'll get it back in a
minute. No panic in sight. Yeah. No. And then I was like, literally.
Because people know that if they are caught stealing that, you're in an Arabian prison or you're being deported.
Both. Or being your hand chopped off. I mean, there's stories.
I was just talking about the safest city in the world.
Yeah. But don't fuck it up. Good luck. Don't fuck it up, you guys. No, I mean, there is pros and cons of every city. I mean, like, literally, I was in West Hollywood, and...
phone got stolen. Snatched,
mama. Like, it was literally in my tight jean pocket. Like, okay, maybe that was my fault for not putting it in fucking between my inner thighs and inside my fucking asshole. But yeah, it got snatched. And you know what I mean? Like, I was like...
that would never happen in Dubai.
No, literally, you put your phone down to save your seat. Like, at a fucking restaurant or, like, cafe, you just put your phone or your laptop, whatever. Yeah. Go to the bathroom. Go, like, I don't know. Do anything. Like, and it will still be there when you're back.
Yeah. Well, I think it's fair to say your nightclub, Sergio owns a amazing Latin nightclub, and I think it's fair to say now it's the most successful Latin nightclub in the Middle East, I would say. No?
Well, there's one in Qatar as well, but yeah, like besides...
I mean, that's such a huge achievement and accomplishment. I mean, when we first became friends, this was when we met like 4 years ago and became friends. You were a college student.
Yeah.
Walking dogs on WAG.
On WAG.
to make a living.
Yeah, I mean, I had
Broke
like
college kid.
I had a couple internships like every college kid does. So I was working like at the university, and then I was gonna work in Fairmont. Got laid off because of COVID, and then so the only job that I could do to make money was WAG, literally.
Yeah.
So I was just walking dogs, honestly, and I was making good money. I mean, like $20 for a walk.
Yeah. But now, from my perspective, watching you transition from, I mean, I guess I would say broke college student walking dogs to owning this empire. I mean, that's so like, it makes me just so incredibly proud. And like, I don't know anybody more deserving. And you have the best work ethic and passion for everything that you do. And it really translates into your business and to your brand and to everybody around you. And I've experienced it. I was there in Dubai for your 2-year anniversary last year. And that was very important for me to go. That's why I went at that exact time. Yeah. Was to be there for that.
I know that meant so much for me. Like, I'm so grateful for everyone who's supported me since day one. Like, people told me like, this is never going to work out, or you're crazy, or, this is not going to give you any money. You need a real job. And I was like, I believe in myself. Like, I believe in this concept, in a Latino concept in Dubai. Like, there was nothing like that before. We were the pioneers, and like, it blew up. And we're honestly still so grateful for everyone who comes to the event every single week. And yeah, I just like, also shout out to my parents who were there also like supporting me, and they're the reason that this all like came to be, honestly.
I love that. Your event is called La Morenita.
Yeah.
First of all,
people used to say La Morentina a lot.
La Morentina.
Yeah, La Morentina. Like, they couldn't pronounce it. I was like, guys, it's not
La Morenita in Spanish is the blonde.
No, the brunette. Or like the dark skinned, or like the tan girl.
The tan girl.
Yeah, so it has different meanings. So it can be like the dark skinned girl, the brunette girl, or like the tan. Yeah.
So tell me.
So it's the opposite of like blonde white girl.
Oh, so I got it. I
yeah, you mixed it up. Yeah.
So tell me, first of all, where did you come up with the name, A? And B, I mean, we'll have to get more in depth in this, but starting a nightclub in Dubai, I mean, what is that like?
Yeah. I mean, so the name, like, I chose with my business partner, and like, we were just there in Dubai. Like, we had just come from Spain, actually. And we were experiencing the nightlife in Marbella, in Ibiza, Madrid. And then we were like, okay, there's nothing really like this in Dubai. And we're like, we need to start something here. And we have so many people, the community. I have lived in Dubai for like 10 years. And I was like, there is a gap in the market. You know what I mean? And that's the best part of like entrepreneurship. Like, you need to find where, to poke your fucking finger in and like enter. So we were like, okay, let's just start. I mean, we started super small, like in a little rooftop with like 50 people, most of my fucking family and friends. And that was it. And then like, it just like snowballed from there. Like, we had a couple rough events. We weren't making really money in the beginning. We had to pay for the entertainment, the DJ. We flew out from Spain, and then now cut to 800 people plus. Yeah. I mean, to 1,000 people being there every Saturday night. And then I have also a Brazilian party on Fridays, which we opened thereafter. And that one's the biggest Brazilian party as well in Dubai.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That is so awesome. And I think that was, to your point, finding your niche and going with that. It was so important.
That's why I tell people. There was nothing
no,
like that. No.
Nothing before.
No, you have to find your niche for sure. And like, you have to have a clear concept. Yeah. That's for sure. And you need to believe in it yourself. If you don't believe it, no one else will. That's what I can say.
Totally.
Yeah.
So you're coming up on the 3-year mark now.
Yeah, in November.
That's insane. Yeah. So that means it's almost a year. Then I've come out to visit as well.
Yeah, I know. You didn't come back for the 3 years, right?
Oh my gosh, God. You need to get me my flight booked. What is that? What do you have planned? Anything big for the 3-year party?
Well, we are hiring like a few new DJs actually, and we are hiring like for one-time off events. We're hiring Faircho's DJ, which is Fade's DJ. He's one of the most popular reggaeton artists from Colombia, Medellin. Actually went to visit one of the clubs that he like encountered before, and he like, I don't know if he worked there or he was like, he used to like just basically go there frequent. It's called Perro Negro, and it was an amazing experience. I went with my best friend, and so basically now we're trying to bring this DJ because he's gonna go to Qatar as well, so he's gonna come.
The club is so fun. Mm-hmm. It's very fun, and I'm not used to Latin parties, obviously. I mean, I usually go out once in a while. I'm not a big nightclub person myself, but of course, there to support you. So fun, VIP, always. And it was...
I know my friends are like, oh my God, yeah, we love coming to support you. But then they'll just be like sitting there with like the bottle and be like... But the moment they have to come and like actually support an event where it's like there's not going to be drinks.
I was passing out T-shirts.
Yeah, you were passing out T-shirts.
I was there for you.
You're being a real one for sure.
I was there for you. Yeah. I didn't care if I was VIP or if I was in the pit or whatever the main crowd is. I was there at the entrance at 4 a.m. Things were closing, passing out T-shirts to people.
I know. We were giving free T-shirts for the anniversary. But like, I hate fucking fake friends who are like, you know, they only come with like a purpose. Right. You know? Absolutely. Like a greater good.
Yeah. I think I won probably for the furthest distance travel. Yeah. Furthest distance travel for the party.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, there's actually people who come from Saudi Arabia a lot. Wow. Know, because there's no parties there.
Yeah. Saudi Arabia, I would feel nervous to visit.
Yeah.
Having and no alcohol and just, I think that's a little bit more treacherous of a journey than Dubai. Is that like ASMR?
I'm giving them ASMR here. No, this passion fruit martini, you guys, 10 out of 10. Mwah. Delicious.
We should just grab that bottle of champagne.
No, we should.
Now after, just for the little shooters.
We should celebrate this.
So, in Dubai, no drugs. Alcohol is a little bit difficult to come by. I mean, they definitely sell it, but if you're not a foreigner, you have to have a permit to purchase.
Yeah, but actually now they changed the laws, and now anyone can get a permit, and you don't need to pay for it. A license.
See, so they're becoming more progressive.
They're becoming so progressive now. Like, there's literally a liquor store in front of my house.
Oh, I love that. That's dangerous.
Yeah, they open. Yeah. And they open like later than they open here. It's crazy. I mean, it's open till like 10, 11.
Wow.
And I'm like, even in America, even in the UK, I remember going there. The liquor stores closed at like 8 p.m. or something. And I was like, this is crazy. In Dubai, it's open till later than in the UK. And you would think like Dubai is so strict, right? But it's not. Now there's liquor stores basically everywhere. Yes, it is a bit more pricey than here, like Europe. But, you know, that's what you get.
Yeah. Well, the reason I bring that up is because I remember... First of all, I'm a very nervous flyer, and
oh my God.
I have a Xanax prescription because bad anxiety, but I use that especially when I fly anywhere. I mean, even if it's a hour flight to Vegas or wherever, I have to take my Xanax to fly. It's just gotten that bad. So I knew when I was coming to Dubai, I knew I was going to need my Xanax, and it was controlled substance, not legal to bring just into the country.
No.
So I had to get, this is totally true, I had to get approval from the UAE government to be able to bring my own Xanax with me.
It was extra.
And they only let me bring 10 pills.
You had to get approval from the embassy, right?
I had to contact the embassy in Washington, D.C.
Washington, yeah.
And I had to get my psychiatrist that prescribed me the Xanax. She had to write an affidavit to the embassy. Literally. And then I had to publish that online. The embassy sent the request back to the UAE. They approved it, and I was allowed to bring 10 pills with me for the whole trip.
No, literally.
Because I had to have it to fly. I'm like, it's a pain in the ass, and I'm sure I could have just, put a couple pills in my shoe and have been, but I don't want to risk that. Yeah, I'm not going to risk that going into a foreign country like that when they're that strict on certain things in customs. So, but I got it approved, brought it, and I think we had too much fun with the fact that I brought that with me.
I mean, you were a bit tripping the first day, weren't you? Like when you came into Dubai.
Oh, that jet lag is so terrible.
Oh my gosh.
You know what?
The jet lag is crazy.
Going to Europe, I've always had jet lag more coming back. Going there, not so bad. But, 16-hour flight. I left on a Wednesday at 3, 4 in the afternoon. You don't get into Dubai until 8 p.m. on Thursday. So you lose over a day just getting there. So barely slept, not a good sleeper on a plane, had the Xanax, and so you pick me up from DXB, and
we change, and then we have a birthday party to get to. I'm like, come on.
I'm already dead, and you're like, oh, my friend's birthday is happening at Palm Jumeirah on the beach. Do you want to go? And I was like, honestly, YOLO. You only live once.
Yeah.
And so we did. It got back to your house. Obviously, already dead. Changed, showered, whatever. We were on the way. Made a pit stop at Vape Depot because I had to have a Elf bar.
Vape outlet.
Vape Depot, whatever. That was my first stop. No, my first stop after landing beside Sergio's house, I had made a stop at Vape Outlet. But happy to say I am over 4 weeks now, no vaping. But at the time, had to have it, especially when you're drinking. It's just, it's like yin and yang. So we get to a place with Surf Club.
Yeah. And it's one of the most like fancy places in Dubai. Actually.
I'm so dead from not sleeping in over 24 hours. And we're on this beautiful beach. It's dark. Cabana on the palm, that very large man-made island. It looks like a palm tree. If you've ever seen aerials of Palm Jumeirah, definitely look it up. We're sitting on the beach. We're in the sand, and I'm so delirious and so just out of it from that long of a flight and not sleeping and the Xanax and just everything, the time difference. It's like 11 a.m. back home, and I'm like just, still up. And we're standing on the sand, and I look out in the distance just at the water, and I thought that there were all these people out there like on the sand. Like, Sergio, what? I nod your shoulder.
People are mingling.
I go, what are they doing out there? And I rub my eyes, and I look closer. They're beach umbrellas. The umbrellas had been closed.
I was like, what the fuck is going on? There was like just like closed umbrellas.
There were beach umbrellas. I thought the umbrellas were people.
They were speaking to you.
And I was like, Sergio, like they're calling me over there.
They want your
that
attention.
Is true delirium at its finest.
And like I was busy because I was mingling with all my friends, and we actually got a passion fruit martini there. Yeah, that's where we got one. That was my
first one ordering at a restaurant since I had first discovered them.
We got one there. I mean, because you can find them in Dubai, not like here. And actually, I was just mingling with my friends, and you go, "Wait, what?"
He's like, "Babe, I didn't say anything."
I was like, "I didn't say anything."
I was hearing things, I was seeing things, and that's the one
and then thing. You don't even remember meeting my friends that night. No.
I know they drove us home. Barely remember that. You're just so out of it when you're on a plane that long, and man, that one's rough. That's rough. But I prefer, even though it's 16 hours, I prefer direct.
Yeah, for sure.
Than having to go through if we did like a layover in Europe or something. And
10 hours? No.
Yeah, no. So that it's rough, but I think it's better to just do it in one go. And then when I got back, I slept for 17 hours.
Oh, shit.
When I got back.
Yes, you did.
We just had a little bit of a camera mishap. One of the cameras stopped filming. It said it got too hot.
Too hot in
and
here.
The camera literally said, the camera's too hot. We need to let it cool down. I'm like, oh, I think it's just us. Grab the bottle. Because now the cocktails are done. This is the thing. You make a craft cocktail. The first one's really great, especially with a porn star martini.
Yeah, now
they're very sweet. You can only have one.
Put it in there.
So now I'm just gonna switch over to the bottle.
Just get in there.
So what were we saying? Oh, the jet lag. Oh, there you go. Taking a swig out of the bottle. Very mindful.
Yeah.
So. Ooh, ciao.
The ghetto.
Ooh, ciao. Is that you coming to America? Like, ooh, ciao.
No, that's the ghetto.
The ghetto.
No, people always talk about like, LA is so nice, Hollywood. At least that's what it seems like from an outside perspective. And then you go to like Hollywood and you're like, what the fuck is this? Right?
Well, everyone tries to portray it as this big glamour and
right. If you're not in Calabasas or Malibu or like Bel Air, it's shit. Like it's not safe. Your phone's gonna get robbed. Your car's gonna get broken into. Like you might get stabbed. Like my friend's barber just got stabbed 7 times in LA. He had open heart surgery. Like I'm not joking.
It's terrible.
And the crackhead situation here, I was like shocked. Like, okay, I guess we had that in San Francisco, but I just haven't been back in like over a year.
Well, coming from a country and a city where there is no drugs.
There's no homeless either. It's illegal to be homeless.
No drugs.
It's illegal to be homeless. Like you get deported.
I
know that sounds really bad, but like for the UAE nationals, they give them housing for free. They give them lots of land. They guarantee their work, free healthcare, everything. So I mean, if you're a UAE national, you cannot even be homeless because you have a fucking free house.
Yeah.
But like if you're an expat and you're homeless, you get deported. That's what I meant. But anyways, here the government doesn't do shit to help the homeless people. They'd rather give that money and send it to fucking Israel.
Yeah.
That's what's crazy to me. Like, homelessness would be solved like this if they just pumped in like $500 million.
They won't do it.
They're going to send it to Israel, to fucking Taiwan, to whoever else, to fund more wars.
I mean, God, you know what's interesting? I love that you have your finger on the pulse of American politics much more than most Americans.
And both sides are fucked. Like, it's like AIPAC is just controlling everything, right? And they're controlling the media as well. Like, didn't people come out like recently and say like, oh yeah, from the New York Times, they were like, not allowed to say this, not allowed to call it a genocide, not allowed to do that. Like, people were literally from higher ups like, you're not allowed to do that because they're getting.
Are we surprised though?
By the Israelis?
We're not surprised though.
But it's fucked that people are still like supporting it or turning a blind eye. They're like, oh, Harris, whatever. Or Trump. Both sides are bad. Like, literally, both sides are supporting the same things.
Yeah.
Like, AIPAC is funding them both. Like, $5 million. That's crazy.
It's terrible. And especially right now, we're 2 weeks out from the American election. Oh my gosh. Today, actually. 2 weeks from today is the election. And it's going to be a doozy. I'm going to have a
You're going to have an aneurysm. That's
no.
what you're going to have.
I'm going to have a viewing party, and I'm going to have cocktails, and we're just going to pray for the future of our country, whichever way it goes. But it doesn't matter because we're moving to Spain.
Yeah, no, we're moving to Spain. And either way is whatever because they're not going to fix the crackhead situation. It's just so sad, honestly, like the way that the drugs are flowing into this country and like people are just like normalizing it. Mm-hmm. That's what the biggest problem.
Yeah.
Like you just see it in the street like, oh, okay. Like, you're just avoiding it. I don't know.
Well, not even that, but just the party drug situation as well.
Oh, yeah, that as well.
Everyone does it.
That's crazy.
Most everybody here, if you go out to a club, you go out with a friend group, somebody's going to have cocaine.
Yeah. No, crazy.
It's crazy. And I think it's gotten worse.
Yeah, a lot.
It didn't used
to be. Since COVID.
It didn't used to be that way. I mean, only a handful of people, like,
here and there, or like for parties or special occasions.
But now it's like every weekend. It's been so normalized.
Literally.
And I honestly don't get it. I personally don't. Mm-hmm. I have too much anxiety to do anything like that. I mean, the extent of my drug use is my Xanax once in a while when I'm having a panic attack or having a cocktail.
But it's prescribed to you, so.
Prescribed. But, I used to be a stoner. I used to smoke a lot of weed back 2018. I was 20 years old. I would smoke a lot, but that grows. People don't die from that.
People mature.
But cocaine is so dangerous.
It is, and it fucks up with your brain too. I mean, we just don't know the extent of it. But then you see it on the streets, like they're doing like crack, which is basically the same chemical compound as cocaine, right? And then that's a problem. You know what I mean? Like that's an issue. But then when you're doing it, like, but you have a job and you're living at home, that's not a problem. Like, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But I'm like, you're going to end up like that at one point or the other. Like people who do it look so old, right? Mm-hmm. Like they look beaten up.
Yeah. It's seeing the life and the color, like leave their face genuinely.
And like, it's an addiction at the end of the day, you know?
It is. I'm so happy that you've come out to visit me again. Oh. This is always so nice to have you here.
Thank you so much, my love.
And just like Lady Gaga, that one meme where she's like, there could be 100 people in a room and it only takes one.
This. You always say this.
It only takes one, but no.
You always say if there's people down the street that have not visited me and you came 9,000 miles
It's away. True. It's true. I have friends here in my city that literally live down the street that I haven't seen or that haven't come visit me in the span of the last 3 visits that you've come visit me. I appreciate our friendship so much. And
me too.
I just have so much love and respect for you and so much pride and very blessed to call you, like, seriously, like one of my best friends. And it doesn't matter, like, 9,000 miles. This is what's great about having a friendship in this era, that we can literally be on opposite sides of the globe and still manage to
with a 12-hour time zone, and we still manage to like.
And you're a busy guy.
Yeah, and you too.
You have 2 businesses, and you were doing like a 3rd business on the side as well, maintaining your own social life with your friend group there. 12-hour time difference in a relationship, for a portion of that time. and we still managed to maintain a friendship.
Literally. But it's because we always have something to look forward to. Like, we're always like, oh my God, I can't wait to see you, like, in a bit, you know?
Yeah.
Like, we always make plans, and that's what I like. It's a very wholesome relationship. Like, we like to make memories together and adventures. I feel like nowadays, like, a lot of people are just hanging out just because there's something to gain from you, or because we're going to go out and post a story and just, like, sit like this in the club and have a drink and be cute and and I'm like, bitch, get fucking head over your ass. Like, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like, just do something wholesome. You don't need to wear makeup. You don't need to do shit. You need to post about it. Like, I've been a ghost. I haven't posted shit. Like, I have duties to do that I'm procrastinating on. I don't want anyone knowing. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not coming here to be like, oh my gosh, you guys, I'm in LA right now. Like, oh, I'm in the Brat tour. Like, no, like, I don't care. I'm going with my fucking best friends. Had the best fucking time of my life. And I will cherish those moments forever. And then guess what? They're in here, you know?
La Morenita, the information will be in the bio if you're ever in Dubai.
Please come to the event in Dubai on Saturday nights, La Morenita, and then on Friday nights, come to Carioca, which is the Brazilian party. And just send me a DM or just message the event and ask for the guest list, and I'll put you guys on there.
Period. Come out to Dubai, Habibi.
Come to Dubai.
Well, this is it. First episode, Bevs with Dev.
Bevs with Dev with no Bev inside.
Bev is gone.
Because the Bev is long gone.
Bev has been obliterated.
No, it's literally. Cheers. I love you.
Love you.
Mwah.